What's going on, everybody? It's Chris Classic dropping another car vlog on the way to work. I hope you guys had a wonderful sleep. I hope you guys get wonderful sleep if you're coming home from work. God loves you. I love you. Christ loves you. God bless y'all. Let's talk about another problem with WrestleMania. And this is a problem that WrestleMania in general has had over the past few years. And it's the multi-man, multi-woman, multi-tag team matches. Now, when I see these kind of matches are announced, I don't get that excited for them anymore because I know that these matches will not last that long. You might get like a couple spots that were awesome that fits a highlight, but usually they're a scramble or they're a cluster, and it's like, why did you put this? Why wasn't this on a pre-show or anything like that? And that's not taking anything from the performers because, I hear that they get like WrestleMania bonuses for appearing on WrestleMania and stuff like that. And I'm like, secure the bag. But from a standpoint of wrestlers, sometimes we do see those, not from wrestlers, but from fans. Sometimes people do see that as the piss break. Now, I know a lot of people used to harp on the Divas matches when women wrestlers were called Divas by WWE, and they used to be the pee break. Because usually the women's matches that had multi-women in it and stuff, they didn't last. They lasted about 5 minutes or whatever like that. But this, I don't think the multi-people matches, and I think there's only 2 so far. It's the tag, it's the Raw tag, RK Bros, Street Profits, Gable and Otis, and then on the women's side, it's Sasha, Naomi, Rhea, Liv against. I think Shayna and Natalya. Oh my God, it gets worse. No, none against them. And who else? Carmella and Selena for the women's tag. And it's like, especially for the women's match, knowing that these women are capable of putting on good matches in singles and certain matches. When it's a cluster, they're already on time. They're already on time constraints. Like, I already don't like that WrestleMania is 2 nights. You know what I'm saying? I really don't like that. But they're definitely going to be on time constraints for 2 nights. So that's just another issue. We've seen where, like, even the women's matches get scrapped, or certain matches get scrapped. So with the tags and stuff like that, like I said, even on the men's side, they all have potential. They all have fun matches, but I don't think they're going to put that much effort into making it like a big thing. WrestleMania, all matches from start to finish should be like a big fight feel to it. And they only done a few matches where people actually want to be invested because they set it up that way. And with these matches, it's just like, here come another team. And I wouldn't be surprised if another tag on either side of the genders come into it. And it's like not trying to be negative. It's just that that WWE has those things where these matches could either be 2 minutes or 5 minutes or anything like that. And it's like, they're not really invested into this match. They know that a lot of people like some of these wrestlers and they just want to see them on the card. And it doesn't matter what they do as long as they see them. You can expect maybe RKOs out of nowhere. You can expect Brittle doing RKOs. You're going to expect Montez flipping. You're going to expect a lot of stuff. You're going to see Gable suplexing and stuff like that. And these are things that I like, but I like when it's drawn out. And you just feel like sometimes it could be a cluster. When I wrestle, when they put you in a random 6-man tag, when you're tagging with people you don't even know, and they just putting you on the card, we know what that is. So that's from my perspective of wrestling for so long. And seeing that, I don't know this person, we're just going to randomly tag. What do you like to do? No, what do you like to do? It's called a cluster. And it's also a profane word after that, but I'm not going to say that for the sake of the cheering, listening to this video. So with WWE, they kind of do it worse because these guys low-key know each other to a certain standpoint, and they only get like a few minutes to work with something. And usually with the women, they have more of a difficult time with great matches with multiple women and stuff like that. It's more about who's going to win than the actual match. And sometimes that works as a story and sometimes it doesn't. I personally have Sasha and Naomi going over just because, and maybe to give Sasha a WrestleMania moment because she has yet to win a WrestleMania match. But if it goes either way, I'm not surprised because it's WWE and how they do certain things. As far as the Raw, I could see either one of those guys winning it either. So I will say that's a positive, is that they all seem somewhat credible of winning the titles on each side. So that's how I feel about multi-man matches. I feel like if you're going to give your all into it, the company, not the wrestlers. But if you're not, if you want to have multi-person matches, why don't you just put Money in the Bank back on WrestleMania? I actually was one of those ones who enjoyed Money in the Bank at WrestleMania. It made it more of a big feel. Now with um, in a pay-per-view, you have sometimes 2 or 3 or whatever like that, and then they used to have it for each like title, and it's like, okay, I don't want to overkill with ladder matches and stuff, and sometimes even seeing 2 ladder matches in one night is overkill. That's like even Hell in a Cell, Hell in a Cell is supposed to be this great structure and stuff like that, and then you have it too, you know. I get what you're doing, you're making money off of it, but at the same time, I felt like Money in the Bank was a better thing on the WrestleMania show. That's just me. That's if you're gonna have something and you want these guys to be on the card, and something that people may remember. Most of us remember a lot of the Money in the Banks and the moves. Sheldon going up going up the ladder rungs like stairs, Kofi, and stuff like that. Christian, you see a lot of these people. Edge, CM Punk. A lot of these guys made their names off of that, and it was like a big thing. So I don't see why not just have it. And then if you want to do a women's Money in the Bank, you could possibly squeeze that in too. I think that gets people's attention instead of these multi-people matches and stuff like that. Hopefully more prestige goes into some of those titles, especially the women's title, because they definitely need it. Because there's no like legit tag name. They're just like legit wrestlers that tag. That doesn't make them a legit tag team. Remember that. So we'll see. I feel like I needed to talk about this, do a video real quick. Make sure you guys subscribe. I'm close to 100 subscribers. Tell your mama, tell your grandma, tell everybody. We're trying to do this thing. We're trying to talk about this WrestleMania and stuff like that. I seem to pick up steam with a lot of series about talking about the problems with WrestleMania. I'm coming from my point of view. It's not that I don't want to see things, but I just want to talk about it. So I feel like to keep people on their toes about certain things, I wanted to speak about certain things about it. So thank you guys for watching. This is Chris Classic. Let's take it home. God bless.